are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas. I'm joined here as always by my brother Tim. And today we got a massive slate to go over, Tim. We have one game in the WNBA. We have 6 games in the MLB. This will probably be one of our shorter shows in a very long time. But before we get into today's games, before we get into today's slate, we'll take a look back at what happened yesterday. 1 right, 1 wrong in the world of sports betting. And overall, yesterday was a slight losing day. In baseball, it was a winning day. 5-4 up 0.59 units. Started off with a loss. Minnesota, Detroit, first 5 under 4 was a loser, but the Phillies team total over 4.5 was a winner. The full game over 9 was a winner. The Yankees were a winner. The Mariners were a loser. Oakland, Toronto, first 5 under 5 was a winner. San Fran, Arizona, over 9 was a loser. LA, Houston, first 5 under 4.5 was a loser, but the full game money line for the Astros was a winner. And the CFL went 0-2, down 1.38 units. Just can't seem to get anything going in the CFL. The Elks look good in the first half, only down 1 point, and then they get blown out in the second half. So plus 7.5 was a loser, under 44.5. I think the Argos almost put that up by themselves. So 0-2 there. In the WNBA, 1-2. Down 0.59 units. Is my first not great WNBA day in a while. I got the Sun -6. The Liberty had to force overtime to win their game. They did not cover the 7. And under 162 in LA, Dallas was a loser as well. So overall yesterday, 6-8 down 1.37 units. Overall in June so far, 165, 142, and 23, up 17.02 units. Hoping to keep the winning, try to get back on the winning note there, and continue a good month of June.
It was a down day. Let's see, June is down 9.35 units, so not good. Not good. Down 3.19 yesterday. Connecticut game went way over. I'm not even mad about that one. It's whatever. The Liberty game was a deadbolt under and went to overtime. That was frustrating to see. Very frustrating. Mets game over, cool. Kansas City lost. Sparks came back. They won. We did not get the over in the Arizona game. Lost both things in the CFL. We won the Sunday night game, though. So we ended up going 3-6 yesterday. No bueno. Not good. Not happy. It is what it is. We move on to today, which is a very, very small slate.
Yeah, and I've already moved on 2 games or 2 plays, and none of them are baseball. They're both in the WNBA. Usually I wait till the morning for that, but I like the 2 spots, and we've had those lines for a while, so I moved on them last night. But we'll head over to the chat, and we'll then get into the slate.
Good morning, guys. Good morning.
Yes, we know.
We already know that.
Yeah. But we'll get started here, Tim. A fun matchup of 2 teams I know you're in love with, the Reds and the Orioles. They get to go up against each other. The Orioles I know you've been on all year, and the Reds you've been on for the last 2 weeks. But let's get into it here. Let's get up my opening or the line history here. This one between Irving and Williamson. Line opened up at a 130. It's down to a 127, a 3-cent line movement towards the Cincinnati Reds. Line opened up at a 9.5 even money. It's now a 10 at -116. Let's take a look at where the money is coming in. Let's see if that reflects a move to the over. 83% of the tickets, 97% of the cash is on the over in this game. 80% of the tickets, 97% of the cash is on the Reds in this game, and the lines moved 3 cents. So pretty not a huge line movement considering 97% of the cash is on one side. Let's see for today's games. Wow, 23% runs here in Baltimore. Let me take a look what the weather is in this one to see why it's 23% runs. Because it's 10.7 mile an hour winds blowing out, 81 degrees, strong winds out. this is playing out perfectly for an over, and these pitchers, I think, could help play to an over as well. Williamson, 5.4 ERA, 1.39 WHIP, 6.63 strikeouts per nine, which is 17%, 3.19 walks per nine, a 273 BABIP, a 578 FIP, and a 5.13 SIERA. On the flip side, Cole Irving, 7.71 ERA, 1.76 WHIP, 9.27 strikeouts per nine, which is 22%, 3.86 walks per nine, a 366 BABIP, a 342 FIP, and a 3.59 SIERA. Bullpen advantage goes towards the Orioles. In this one here, 3.8 ERA, 4.14 WHIP compared to the Reds, 4.89 and 4.48. The Reds, 112 WRC plus versus righties the last 30 days. The Orioles are not the greatest against lefties, 92 WRC plus, which is 19th. But I think this game plays perfectly for an over. I know it's a 10, but I want to move on this one here. The wind's blowing out. This is the best hitting conditions on the slate. And the pitchers leave a little bit to be desired as well. I got over 10 here at minus 116. It's a 5.5 for the first 5 if you're looking for that. But I got the full game over 10 at minus 116 here.
I'm going to be in the same boat as you. And I gave this out on a free pick last night. And I was a 9.5 last night. It's a 10 now. That's fine. I'm still going to go after it. Cole Irving's not the best pitcher on this Baltimore staff. And Williamson is just a little bit inexperienced. I think both of them get hit. Plus, you look at the Reds. They have been putting up runs in bunches. You look at their last games, 7-6, 7-6, 11-10, 5-3, 8-6, 5-4, 9-7, 10-3. This team is putting up runs. And I see more of the same today, especially against Cole Irving on the opposite side. Now, I would lean towards the Orioles, but not enough for me to want to go after this one. So I'm going to go and take the over in this game with you, and we go with that.
All right, and I'm also going to grab the Cincinnati Reds team total over 4.5 at minus 120 as well. This is a team that's consistently putting up at least 5 runs a game, and Cole Irving does not scare me. So, team total over 4.5 Cincinnati Reds as well.
There you go. Back to the Chetnik.
Yep. Let me get back to there we go. 2-teamer, LSU and the Mets money line. Good luck. Good morning, boys. Morning, that guy. With you over in the Reds O's. Hope it works better. It works out better than the CFL last night. Yeah, both Jesse and I were on the under in that CFL game, which was not particularly too fun. What's up, Grit and Grind? Toronto, Atlanta, Miami, and Milwaukee. There you go. Reds game might get rained out. 87% chance of rain all day. Really?
That's fun.
Oh, boy. It's saying partly cloudy, but I mean, that's stat muse. Let's see. Does it have? Let's see on let me look up because let me look up weather in Cincinnati. Precipitation. The highest it's supposed to be in like the can I get hour by hour?
Probably not.
By hour. At 7 o'clock for this game. Yeah, 38, only 38% chance of precipitation. Is the highest I'm seeing around that 7 o'clock range. It is supposed to it's only 15%, 38% is the highest I'm seeing for participation. So not really. Cincinnati first 5. There you go. I only have De La Cruz to get a hit for that game myself, so stayed off. Case Cincinnati on and off game. Good luck. Fair. Yep. Morning, friends. Morning. Cashed Anthony Santander home run yesterday. There you go. Nice. Also cashed the 14 hit parlay. We're still down 1.5 units on to today. There you Nothing worse than having a player prop and the game only lasting 5 innings. Yep. Morning, gentlemen. Morning. Rockies and Nationals. Money lines never in doubt. There you go. Supness. Talk about the Giants. Yikes. Yeah. But we'll move on. We'll talk about another team we don't want to talk about, the New York Mets taking on the Milwaukee Brewers. The Mets minus 165 favorites with a total of 8.5 in this game. Verlander and Ray. Let's take a look. The line opened up at a minus 175 for the Mets. It's down to a 167. So an 8-cent line movement towards Milwaukee. The line opened up at an 8.5 plus 105. It's an 8.5 minus 113. An 8-cent line movement towards the over. A 7-cent line movement towards Milwaukee. 41% of the tickets and 71% of the cash is on the Mets. The lines move towards Milwaukee. 78% of the tickets, 84% of the cash is on the over, and the lines move towards the over in this game here. Ballpark Pal has Citi Field at minus 3% runs, which is the fourth best on the slate today out of 6. 17% home runs, but nothing crazy along those lines. Colin Ray, 4.88 ERA, 1.28 WHIP, 7.76 strikeouts per nine, which is 20%, 3.3 walks per nine, a 2.69 BABIP, a 3.87 FIP, and a 4.57 SIERA. On the flip side, the Mets with Verlander, 4.5 ERA, 1.21 WHIP, 7.62 strikeouts per nine, which is 21%, 2.25 walks per nine, a 280 BABIP, a 4.33 FIP, and a 4.32 SIERA. Bullpen advantage goes towards the Brewers, 4.35 FIP, 4.15 SIERA compared to 5.08 and 3.88, and 100 WRC plus for the Mets against righties, which is 16th. Against righties for Milwaukee, 66, dead last. I want really nothing to do with this game. I can't trust the Brewers against righties. I can't trust the Mets in general. And this is a stay off for me. Nothing is correlating for me in this game.
There's going to be one of two different Mets teams that plays tonight. It's either the one that comes out pissed off about what happened yesterday in Philadelphia, or a team that just does not give a fuck anymore. And I don't know which one we're going to see. The Mets should not be minus 170 favorites. That's for sure. So if anything, it is a lean towards the Milwaukee Brewers here. You look at what happened that series in Milwaukee earlier in the year. Mets got blown out. 2 out of the 3 games, and the one game that was close, they lost that one as well. They got swept. This is not a good matchup for the Mets. I don't like it particularly. I'm staying away from this one. I think it's a rough series for the Mets again, who haven't won a series since the Phillies series in May.
It's bad.
Yeah. So not a team that I trust. Pass.
Yeah. I'll take the Mariners, Rangers, looking for 2 more picks for my parlay. There you go. Lost the same game parlay because Carroll couldn't get a hit in 5 at-bats. Ouch. Pass. I think I'll take the Mets.
I wouldn't.
Good luck. I'll be rooting for you. I got nothing in the game, so I hope the Mets win. Yesterday went 8-11. Not a bad weekend at all. There you go. Stayed away from this one. I forgot who said it, but the Rangers are now like the Angels. Back them first 5, forget the full game. That choke job killed some parlay. I was on the Yankees yesterday. If you watched the show, you may have played the Yankees. Who knows? Only backing the Braves and Rangers to get the dub today. Myself mixed with some player props. There you go. Orioles run line in the over. I'm on the Reds team total over in the over. Love the honesty of ESB. Appreciate it. Can we trust the Brewers? No. Can we trust the Mets? No. Do we need to bet this game? No. 8-11 both Saturday and Sunday, losing a money line and 2 player props each. There you go. Well, 8 out of 11. 8 out of 11. 8-11 makes it sound like you had a losing record, like you had 8 wins and 11 losses. I wish I went with Tim on the Rockies pick yesterday. Me too. But
That one was just one of the
don't
best
inflate his ego,
situational
please.
spots. That's
Yeah,
all it was for me. It was a situational spot.
don't inflate his ego. We'll move
Okay.
on. Minnesota Twins and the Atlanta Braves. The Braves are minus 200 favorites in this game. Total of 8.5 in this spot. All right, let's take a look at the line history here between Spencer Strider and Sonny Gray. Wow. Line opened up at 181. It's now up to a 219 for the Braves. A 38-cent line movement towards Atlanta. Line opened up at 8.5 plus 105. It's 8.5 minus 101 now. So a 6-cent line movement towards the over in this one here. Let's take a look if the line, if the money is reflecting, moves towards the over and moves towards the Braves, and it does reflect why it's moving towards the Braves. 82% of the tickets, 96% of the cash is on Atlanta. Makes sense. 60% of the tickets and 94% of the cash is on the under, and the lines move towards the over in this game. We have Spencer Strider and Sonny Gray. 2.56 ERA, 1.3 WHIP, 9.33 strikeouts per nine, which is 25%, 3.56 walks per nine, a 3.17 BABIP, a 2.7 FIP, and a 4.10 SIERA. On the flip side, Strider, 3.93 ERA, 1.15 WHIP, 14.46 strikeouts per nine, which is 39%, 3.19 walks per nine, a 3.29 BABIP, a 3.11 FIP, and a 2.71 SIERA. Both these pitchers are pitching amazing right now. 3.62 FIP and a 3.41 SIERA for the Atlanta bullpen, who has the advantage over the Twins, 4.13 and 3.69. Both teams are above average hitting. The Twins have 101 WRC plus the last 30 days versus righties, which is 15th. And the Braves are number one in baseball versus righties the last 30 days at 143 WRC plus. Truist Field has the second best hitting conditions today, 6% runs, only behind Oriole Park, which is higher than sometimes Coors Field numbers. And looking at this spot for me, it's an 8.5, and I'm interested in the over. Let me grab the one more stat for this game, where people believe this guy is a really good pitcher, but yet he is 73.3% towards the over. Spencer Strider.
You know why, right?
Because the Braves give him runs.
Yep.
He's also not been the greatest either lately.
No, he hasn't.
When you look at his previous start, yeah, he had one earned run last start against the Phillies. Previous to that, 5-8, 2-2, 2-4. He had a couple bad starts, but his team gives him runs too. And 8, I think, is entirely too low for a Braves game, or 8.5, my bad. And I'm going to look at this over here. Over 8.5 at minus 108. I get it. Both pitchers are pitching really well right now. It's minus 110. There we go. Over 8.5, minus 110 for me, Atlanta, Minnesota.
I want to double down on this game. I can get an 8 at minus 116. And I want the Braves run line. I want to back teams that are winning, right? All right, the Braves are freaking insane and never lose. They have won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 out of 11. And if you go back even further, another 7 games. So it was 10 out of 11. So 17 out of 20. They're 17-3 their last 20 games, Nick. That is insane. I want to double down on this game. I want to go Atlanta run line, and I want to go the over. I think Atlanta puts up 7-8 runs by themselves tonight, as they keep just rolling. They were the first team in the National League to 50 wins. They pretty much got the division locked up. This is a Braves team that you should just be backing them every day at this point. So Braves run line in the over for me, Nick. Mm-hmm. You like them both?
I mean, the Braves are hitting right now, 143 WRC plus. They give support for what do you call it? Let's take a look what they've done recently offensively. 7, 7, 10, 5, 4, 14, 10, 8, 8, 6, 10, 5, 2, 6. Yeah. Give me their team total over 4.5 at minus 130. I think that's the better way of going than laying the run line because I could see the Twins putting up some runs against who do you call it? Against Strider as well. I'm going to go with the team total over 4.5 at minus 130 for Atlanta.
I'm going to put both of them up on the site.
Yeah. Atlanta is, as much as I hate them, they're a team that you should just be blindly backing at this point.
Yep. Back to the chat, Nick.
Yeah. College version of LA, Colorado tonight.
Yes.
LSU in the under.
Yes. It's got, I'm feeling 2-1 LSU or 3-1 LSU tonight.
Love the Braves on the run line today.
Braves are online today.
Yeah. Timmy doesn't have an ego. LOL. He just likes plus money, and who doesn't? There you go. Gray got hit 10 times his last outing against a less offensive team than the Braves, who make a ton of contact. Yep. Braves are 4-0 ATS at home in their last 10. Yeah. Maybe the Nerfy. I want Twins first 5 plus a half. That's not a bad look. It's not a bad look. Braves run line solo bet. Braves money line. Acuna 1 hit. Albies 1 hit. Harris 1 hit. Yep. I can definitely get involved with some Braves props. Yo. LSU in the under. Yeah. Nats first 5. Why not? Mariners traveling from Baltimore. Longer distance than from San Diego to Seattle. We'll get into that later. Strider gets the run support free used to get. Yep. De La Cruz to get a hit prop is minus 240. Are you straight betting that? Absolutely not. Minus 240? Have you met us?
That's got to be a parlay piece.
Yeah. Or you take his over 1.5 hits and hope that's not minus 150. 9-1 their last 10. Yep. White Sox plus 1.5. Tigers plus 1.5.
White Sox and Tigers. Jeez.
They're hot as heck right now. And at home with their ace, not much could talk me off of them today. Good luck. Taking the Twins. Good luck. Would you parlay with who would you parlay with LSU today?
The Braves.
Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Well, that's added to my player prop. Okay. Gotcha. We're already halfway through the baseball slate, Tim.
Cool. And this is a game I have zero interest in.
Texas Rangers minus 195 favorites against the Detroit Tigers. Total of 9 in this game. Matthew Boyd, Andrew Heaney, your pitching matchup here. Line opened up at 185. It's a 195 at 10-cent line movement towards Texas. Line opened up at a 9.5 even money. It's down to a 9 at minus 106. So it's moved down half a run. Let's take a look at the money here in this game. Let's see if it reflects that. 66% of the tickets, 93% of the cash is on the under. 90% of the tickets, 98% of the cash is on the Rangers. What could potentially go wrong there? We have Matthew Boyd, 5.37 ERA, 1.32 whip, 9.09 strikeouts per nine, which is 24%. 3.2 walks per nine, a 3.02 BABIP, a 4.25 FIP, and a 4.22 SIERA. On the flip side, Heaney, 3.98 ERA, 1.29 whip, 9.46 strikeouts per nine, which is 25%. 3.86 walks per nine, a 273 BABIP, a 4.9 FIP, and a 4.30 SIERA. The bullpen advantage goes towards the Rangers, 3.38 FIP, 3.55 SIERA compared to 3.48 and 3.83. Texas's bullpen's not, Tigers' bullpen's not terrible there, but 128 WRC plus, which is second versus lefties for the Rangers, 104 WRC plus, which is 14th for the Tigers. The Globe Life Field is the worst hitting conditions on the slate, minus 7%. And looking at this spot for me, big money on the under, line moving towards the under. But I feel like these offenses can get runs in this game. I'm staying off this one personally. I really don't have too much of a thought behind it. Maybe if you have to get in action here, maybe you look just to take the Rangers. I think the Rangers are probably the side, but I don't really trust Heaney at this price. So this is just a stay off for me.
I think this is where we start to see Texas drop off.
Yes.
Or we will soon. I don't think it's this series. The Tigers on the road are awful. The Tigers in general are awful. I'm not trusting in Matthew Boyd, but I'm not laying -$2 or a run line on Andrew Heaney. That's not happening either. So for this one, this is the one game. This is one of the games that I looked at and I crossed out and I moved on. So I didn't really do too much on this game. This one's a stay away from me.
Sounds good. Back to the chat.
Feeling that LSU prediction 4-3. Yeah, I could see it. Under is my favorite bet in that game tonight. Earle's Atlanta same game parlay over 7.5. Atlanta Braves money line or run line. Run line's gonna get more plus money. So like the under on the Rangers game. I could see it. Rangers money line looks nice today, too. But I get the exact same odds betting them money line with a Garcia hit. If they win the game, Garcia is definitely getting a hit. Hey, if you want to go after that instead, that's fine. If your site offers it, you could take the game not to be played at the bottom of the ninth. Yes, and it gives you a little bit better juice for plus money. Yeah, under 9, I could see that. Team total over for the Rangers. I could also. I just kind of stayed away from this game. I didn't want to go after this one.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, it's a small slate today. You don't have to go crazy.
No, pass on the Tigers game. If run line hits, then it probably Well, it's almost guaranteed if the run line hits, then they're probably not playing the ninth. We got 2 more games in the MLB to talk about, Nick.
Yeah, the LA Angels and the Chicago White Sox. The Angels -135 favorites with a total of 8.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot here between Cease and Detmers. Line opened up at -141. It's down to a 130. Well, just a lot of line movement here since the opening line on this one. So an 11-cent line movement towards the White Sox and Cease. Line opened up at an 8.5, -115. It's now an 8.5, +104, and 19-cent line movement towards the under. Let's take a look at where the money has come in. Let's see if it makes sense with the line movement. 66% of the tickets, 95% of the cash is on the under. That makes sense. 41% of the tickets and 52% of the cash is on the Angels, and the lines move towards the White Sox. 59% of the tickets, 48% of the cash. I guess that makes sense. The Angel Stadium today is the 3rd best hitting condition out of 6, which is 0%. So 0% runs. The only ones with positive runs are the ones I have overs in. Truist Park and Oriole Park. Let's take a look at the pitchers here. Dylan Cease and Reed Detmers. Cease, 4.22 ERA, 1.32 WHIP the last 30 days, 10.55 strikeouts per 9, which is 27%. 4.11 walks per 9, 294 BABIP, 4 FIP, and a 4.10 SIERA. On the flip side, Reed Detmers, 4.02 ERA, 1.36 WHIP, 10.9 strikeouts per 9, which is 28%, 3.5 walks per 9, a 343 BABIP, a 327 FIP, and a 3.8 SIERA. Bullpen advantage goes towards the White Sox, 4.21 FIP, 4.09 SIERA, compared to 5.02 and 4.5 for the Angels. The Angels are smashing righties, 136 WRC plus the last 30 days, which is second compared to the White Sox, who are at 89 WRC plus against lefties, which is 22nd. So for me in this spot, I really don't have too much of an interest in this game once again. Yeah, I would lean White Sox if only they can hit righties or lefties better. Which that's their better side is hitting lefties, and it's only 89 WRC plus. This White Sox team offensively is just not very good. I could see Cease coming out and pitching well, but this Angels team is hitting really well right now. So it's a pass for me in this spot.
I like Reed Detmers, and I have a Cy Young ticket still on Dylan Cease. Cease will not be a White Sox at the end of the year, that's for sure. The way that he's pitching this year, but Yeah, this is another stay away game. I couldn't really, as much as I would love to back Reed Detmers and try to make some money with that, and I can't. I just can't right now. It's just not in my cards to be able to go and put money on that. Angels coming off of, ready for this? They had a plus 20 run differential this weekend against the Rockies. So they swept, right?
Nope,
No, they lost 2 out of
series.
3. That is the best run differential when you don't win a series in like MLB history. I don't think there's ever been a bigger one. So that is crazy. I can't go out. I don't know what to expect from the Angels, so I'm staying away from this game.
All right, back to the chat.
Doubling up on the Braves. I'm not saying that last part, but yeah, we're on the Braves too. Taking the Nerfy. Lean Chicago White Sox first 5, but really not interested. Me neither. Pass. Detmers over strikeouts. It's a 5.5. And he's got an 8.88 his last 3 outings. Ohtani to get 2 hits. Ohtani didn't get 2 hits maybe twice all last year. He's good. Wasn't there a stat about the teams coming off a Colorado series? Oh. Yeah, you fade the team coming off of the Coors game. You also fade the Sunday night game, but there's no Dodgers or Astros today, so. Fading Sunday travel teams. It would be Sunday night games. So, but no, we can't do that. And I will say tomorrow, let's see. Tomorrow I will be on the Astros and the Phillies because they are going up against the Cubs and the Cardinals. I will fade the London game. Because even with the day off, your time zone is going to be whacked. Detmers over strikeouts, same game parlay with Ohtani 2+ hits is 6 plus 500. Okay.
Is 6.0 decimal odds.
I got you now. I got you. Best 2-pick parlay of the day. There you go. Or are you asking us? I don't know. Yo. There you go. Mystics lose by 1 in overtime. The overtime killed my under. I was pissed. Sparks were clutch. They were. That was my only win yesterday. Reds money line, single bet. Brewers money line, single bet. I don't hate the Brewers play. I would be leaning Orioles. I think you're going to start to see a little bit of a decline from these Cincinnati Reds.
Yes. I think now is the time to grab them like to under win total live or stuff like that.
I'm with the Fever spread. I almost did, but I chose the over. We'll talk about it in 2 games. But if your site offers player milestones, you can lower his strikeouts to 5 or more, and it lowers your odds down to. It's not terrible. Phillies on a Tuesday? Yeah, that's no longer a trend, dude. Moneyline sprinkle on the Fever, yeah. Oh, yeah, fade Cubs and Cardinals traveling from UK. The British are coming. What did you hit? He almost hit the, who do you call it yesterday? Mystics. LSU, run line. Take the under. I would take, instead of going LSU run line, I would take the under. That's just me. Final MLB game we'll talk about. We really got nothing going today.
Yeah. Seattle minus 250 favorites against the Nationals. Total of 8 in this game. Let's take a look at this line history between Williams and Castillo. Line opened up at a 240. It's now a 270. Line opened up at a 7.5. It's now to an 8. Not a full half run line movement because it's juiced towards the under now after it was juiced towards the over at 7.5. Yeah, 33% of the tickets, 86% of the cash is on the Nationals. But who's going to lay 255? Most of the money for the Mariners is coming in on the run line, 80% of the tickets and only 52% of the cash, though. 51% of the tickets and 49% of the cash is on the under, and the lines move towards the over. So it's basically split tickets, and the lines move towards the over. Let's take a look. As T-Mobile Park is the second worst out of the slate today, minus 6% runs. And let's take a look at the pitching matchup here between Williams and Castillo. Williams, 4.14 ERA, 1.37 whip, 6.87 strikeouts per nine, which is 18%, 2.84 walks per nine, a 286 BABIP, a 5.17 FIP, and a 4.81 SIERA. On the flip side, Castillo has been good, 2.89 ERA, 1.05 whip, 10.41 strikeouts per nine, which is 29%. 2.78 walks per nine, a 256 BABIP, a 363 FIP, and a 3.58 SIERA. Bullpen advantage goes towards the Mariners. 4.75 FIP, 3.72 SIERA compared to 5.36 FIP and a 4.57 SIERA. Hitting advantage actually goes towards the Nationals 93 WRC plus, which is 21st versus righties compared to the Mariners 92. And I think I'm going to probably not be on this game. I wanted to lean towards the over a little bit here with the way the line's moving. Maybe if you are interested, you can grab the Mariners team total over 4.5 at minus 125. Maybe that could be a decent look in this game. But this is not particularly a game I'm interested in. So I only have 2 games bet today. I'm not a huge fan of the slate. So that's the way we're going to go, is a pass to end the slate.
I feel like if I'm going after anything in this game, it's the Nationals.
Probably.
At big plus money. But guys, there's a big slate tomorrow. I was looking through some of the matchups. We get San Diego and Pittsburgh tomorrow. Alcantara's pitching for Miami against Boston. That's an over. There's some decent matchups. Cubs Phillies start tomorrow. We get to try to maybe go after Colorado and Coors Field against the Dodgers. Gavin Williams is pitching tomorrow.
Gavin Williams Day.
Yankees are getting hosted by the Oakland Athletic. There's plenty of games tomorrow.
Ride the wave.
Ride the wave. But I'm not interested in today's game. Today's slate, I got 3 plays in the MLB, and that is it. And that's all I need. So staying away from this one. There'll be plenty of good stuff tomorrow, we promise.
Yeah. For me. Oh wait, we're not recapping yet. Never mind.
Not yet.
Back to the chat.
Blindly might just bet Fever first half. F it.
I don't know. The Aces are good in the first half,
especially at home. Stayed away from the hot mess. Yeah, me too. Castillo has been shit, and he should not be favored by minus 250. He should not. Nats race to 3. I don't understand. Below a team winning streak away from home. Yeah, no, I don't understand why it's this big of a spread either. So I'm not out to force bets, but if I had to bet this game, I'd find a way to back the Nationals. Me too. Maybe their team total over. It's got to be pretty low. Maybe what is that? You guys got to be a 3.5. So you'd have to be 4.
I think I could probably give you 3.5 at plus money. 2.5 at minus 135.
2.5.
Ooh.
I don't know. Nationals first 5, maybe even sprinkle full game. Don't hate it. Castillo lost his last 3 outings. You're loving Seattle today? I can't do it. He started great, but hasn't been good as of late. Love backing former Mets with Trevor Williams. Don't hate it. Going to try to thread the needle. Fever spread in the over. I like we'll talk about it in a minute. Good thing about small slates is lots of upsets. I hope so. 2 money lines for me, 6 to 7 player props today. Good luck. I'm all over it. Let's get it. Final game we'll talk about, Nick, and we'll head over to the WNBA, where I had a 1-2 day yesterday. Hopefully, good turn.
Yeah, I did as well. But it's been still a very good season in the WNBA. And let's keep it going here. Probably one of the teams that's made me the most money so far this season, the Las Vegas Aces. Minus 15 with a total of 172 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this one here. WNBA, got to switch over. There we go. Clicked on the wrong one. Oh boy, it's moved in the wrong direction for me. The line opened up at a 13.5. It did get up to a 15, and it's now a 14.5. All right, so it's still moved a point towards Vegas since the opening line. Line opened up at 171.5. It's actually not. Wow, it's dropped to a 170.5. I don't like this. I got 15 minus 15 in the over 172.5. I got bad lines on both. But let's take a look at where the money is in this game here. And this is why I wait till the morning to bet games. I realized in the WNBA, but very public dog here. 73% of the tickets, 74% of the cash is on the Fever spread. And the line originally opened up at 13.5. So it's moved a point in the direction of the Aces, even though everybody is on the Fever plus the points. And 80% of the tickets, 95% of the cash is on the under in this game, which is why the lines moved down. Big money on a lot of tickets on the under. Public's all over the Aces in this spot here. I'm on my bed. Public's all over the Fever. Because one thing I've noticed is I think the WNBA is one of the only sports where I feel like the big dogs are more public than like any other sport. Like you don't see the Texans as this public. You don't see like when they're big spreads. You don't see these bad college basketball teams or teams like the Pistons when they're 18-point dogs as this public as you see in the WNBA because people think unders and people think that not a lot of scoring means that they'll get a lot of big double-digit point spread covers, and I just don't think that's the case. I'm on the Aces, and I'm on the over 270 or 172.5.
Yeah, I'm just on the over. The Aces are the top scoring team in the WNBA, and I don't think it's particularly close. They are averaging 93.2 points a game, Nick. That's pretty good. The Fever they're not too shabby themselves. They are averaging 83 points a game, which is mid of the pack, and they're allowing 84.5. I think that the Aces probably put up triple digits in this game again. Last time we just saw it, 101 to 88. I could see something similar to that. Because the Indiana Fever don't play defense. We've seen that plenty of times. Although they played good defense against Seattle, but that's Seattle. So far, the Aces have played them twice and have put up 84 and 101. So, and the one in Vegas is the higher scoring game. It's back in Vegas again today. I could see this one being in the 180s again. Over.
Yeah, I could definitely see this one soaring over.
Found another play today on the game. I'm going to stay away from the Nets team total over it is. Found another play for today on the game. Oh, okay. Good luck. Never mind. I don't want Fever after hearing that. That's fair. Defense is optional in this matchup. It is. Well, at least for one side. But that is everything for today. All the games are done. Nick, you know what that means?
Yeah, I know what that means. It is time for
housekeeping. Housekeeping.
If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys leave a like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff. We appreciate all the support. Check out all the links in the description below: Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Discord, Facebook, Picks and Parleys, Premium Plays, merch, TikTok, ESP Shorts, and the EarleSportsBets.com website. It is all linked down below. Check out SeatGeek for all your concert tickets and sporting event ticket needs. ESP at checkout, $20 off your first purchase. No balling out for today because there was only 6 games. It'll be back tomorrow, so make sure you guys check that out. Always on the Picks and Parleys YouTube channel. Light card for me today. Over in the Orioles game, I kind of lean Brewers. Braves run line in the over in the Braves. Other than that, everything else is a pass for me. And then I like the over in the Fever and the Aces. Nick?
Yeah, I'm on the similar page there. I'm on the Reds team total over 4.5, the full game over 10. The Braves team total over 4.5, the full game over 8.5. That's all I got in baseball. I was leaning towards maybe an over in that late game, but we'll see how it goes. Maybe if I hit my plays early, but I'll also have the Aces minus 15 and the over 172.5 in the WNBA today. So not a huge card for me at all. So that is all for today.
There you go. Good luck, everyone. Good luck to you as well. We'll be back tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. for another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. Good luck.